So good morning dear students. So welcome back to the online teaching class. It's a day 3 and it's a continued class. In the previous session just I have discussed what actually the cell organelles represent, and I have discussed 3 to 4 very important cell organelles. So in the today's session I am going to discuss rest of the other 6 important cell organelles. So once again I am going to glance that cell is a basic as well as a structural as well as the functional unit of the living organisms. So generally cells are nothing but they are the building blocks of each and every living organisms. So based on their number, cells can be categorized into unicellular as well as multicellular, and based on certain characteristic features, again the cell can be categorized into prokaryotic as well as the eukaryotic based on the nuclear components. So in the last session I have discussed 4 important cell organelles. So namely, first will be the cell membrane, or else it is also called as a plasma membrane, and the second will be the nucleus, the third will be the cytoplasm, and the fourth will be the cell wall. So these are the 4 important cell organelles I have discussed in the previous class. So this is a continued class. So the fifth one means today it will be a first cell organelle. So that is also a very important cell organelle, that is nothing but the mitochondria. So generally we call it as a powerhouse of cell. Means power means what? Power usually represents energy. So without energy we can't do any such mechanical as well as any chemical process cannot be taking place. Means from where do we get energy? So we are going to get energy from the food itself. So whatever we take the food, so that can be broken down into simpler substances that can be stored in the form of adenosine triphosphate. So generally abbreviated in the form we call it as a ATP. ATP means nothing but adenosine triphosphate. So particularly mitochondria can be called as a powerhouse of cell. See here. So what are its important characters? So mitochondria, it is of having a double membranous structure, means it can be made up with 2 membranes, and it is having a self-duplicating character. Means why it is having such character? Because mitochondria will be having a genetic material, what we call it as a DNA. So DNA is a genetic material which will be having a replication character. So replication is nothing but it is of having a multiplying character. So self duplicates. Why? Because it contains DNA. So DNA will be a genetic material. Next, it stores energy in the form of adenosine triphosphate. As if I have told that because of this character only, generally we are going to call it as a powerhouse of cell. So the function, it helps to generate and stores the energy. With the help of DNA, it helps to self duplicate, and it particularly helps to store the food, store the energy. And metabolic activity. See, so in the last class I have told that nucleus also consisting of DNA, so that it will means it controls all the activities of the other cell organ. Like that, mitochondria is also an important cell organelle which consisting of DNA. With the help of DNA, it helps for the metabolism. So metabolism is nothing but conversion process. Means complex food substance get converted into simpler, and simpler get converted into complex. So this metabolic function, metabolic activities will be controlled by the cell organelle, what we call mitochondria. So the second will be the Golgi bodies, Golgi complex. So they are having means particularly they are somewhat like sac like structures. So they usually consisting of cisternae. These are the minute particles, cisternae as well as the vesicles. So these are the small granular structures particularly seen in the Golgi bodies, and they usually, these Golgi bodies, they are going to originate from rough endoplasmic reticulum, RER. It is nothing but a rough endoplasmic reticulum. So rough endoplasmic reticulum is also a kind of a cell organelle. From that these Golgi bodies are going to be derived. See the function. They particularly help for packaging and transporting of materials, means whatever the substances they are going to transporting from one cell to another cell, and from one organelle to another organelle, that can be controlled by the Golgi bodies. So the third will be the ribosomes. So they are also the important cell organelle. So usually they can be seen in most of the animal cells, but in the few in the plant cells also. So generally ribosomes we are going to call them as the protein factories of the cell. So protein means what? Again, that is also a kind of a building block. See here. So without a membrane, means this ribosomes, they cannot be covered by any such membranous structures, and they contain subunits made up of RNA. See, so RNA means what? Again, it is a genetic material. So particularly it consisting of some proteins. So it helps for the synthesis of subunits. Particularly we call them as lysosomes. Lysosomes will be formed with the help of ribosomes, what we call them as a protein factories. And usually the main function of these ribosomes means it helps to generate the proteins. Sir, why protein is essential? Means to construct, to build a structure of a living organism. So as if I have already told that one living organism, it will be made up of what we call units. The smallest unit, what we call cell, is the smallest unit, and it is also a building block. Like that, proteins are also essential, amino acids are also essential, carbohydrates are also essential. So proteins are such a building blocks. These proteins will be synthesized with the help of the cell organelle, what we call ribosomes. Next, coming to the fourth important cell organelle, that is lysosomes. So generally we call them as a suicidal bags or else suicide bags of the cells. Sir, why these lysosomes generally we call them as a suicide bags? Why? Because in the function I am going to tell you that. So lysosomes body means particularly these structures, they will be having membranes. But rhizosomes, they doesn't have a membranous structure, whereas these lysosomes, they will be having a membranous structures. They will be found in the most of the animal cell, but very few in the plant cell. So they will be filled with digestive enzymes. So enzymes generally we call them as a biocatalyst. So enzymes are nothing but a biocatalyst. Sir, what actually it represents? Biocatalyst means particularly it take part in the metabolic activities, means conversion process, means enzymes, they helps to break down the complex into simpler into complex. So this thing. So usually they filled with the digestive enzymes. So what are its main functions? So lysosomes main function means they particularly helps to occur intracellular digestion, means within the cell itself digestion process will be taking place, means there will be two different type, extracellular as well as the intracellular. There are two different type. So intracellular type of digestion means the digestion, the metabolic function, the metabolic activities will be taking place within the organelle itself. So that is a main thing. So coming back to the fifth important cell organelle, that is a vacuole. So vacuole is nothing but it's somewhat that is a space enclosed by a membrane, that will be called as a vacuole. It can be seen in both in plant cell as well as in the animal cell. So these vacuoles are going to be arised from the endoplasmic reticulum as well as by some Golgi bodies. They are going to arise from these cell organelles. So particularly these vacuoles are the space enclosed by a membranous structures, where in which water is going to be stored. Means again vacuoles can be categorized into food vacuoles, again water vacuoles, some chemical vacuoles. Means that is a area, that is a space where we can store water, where food can be stored, like that. See here, it stores liquid, again a toxic substance also stored, and provides rigidity and turgidity, means it gives a strength, it gives a hardness to that particularly cell. So the last but not the least, that will be a endoplasmic reticulum. So it will be having a rope like structure. There are two, again endoplasmic reticulum can be categorized into two different types. One will be a rough endoplasmic reticulum and second will be the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. They can be abbreviated as RER, that will be a rough endoplasmic reticulum, and another one will be SER, that is nothing but a smooth endoplasmic reticulum. See here, they are having a network of membranes. So as if I have told that they will be having a complete rope-like structures. They will be coiled somewhat this like this. Again, so rough endoplasmic reticulum, it bears ribosomes. So ribosomes are nothing but the protein factors. Means so rough endoplasmic reticulum will be having a ribosomes, which means it will be having a proteinaceous structures. Whereas smooth, so it doesn't have any such what we call it doesn't have a ribosome. It doesn't have any such protein. So what are its main functions? So particularly endoplasmic reticulum, it helps for the transport of materials. Why? Because it will be having a elongated structure, so that particles will be easily moving from one organelle to another organelle. Next, it forms the skeletal framework, means it gives a shape, it gives somewhat a framework to the cell. Next, detoxification of harmful substance. So this is the main thing. So whenever the harmful substance, whenever the microbes, it can be easily identified, it can be easily detoxified. Means whatever the substance which is in a toxic that can be further detoxified by the cell organelle, what we call it as a endoplasmic reticulum. So guys, minimum we have seen in the first session, means in the last session we have seen 4 important cell organelles. In the today's session I have discussed about totally 6. So it means totally minimum we have discussed 10 important cell organelles which will be seen in a cell, that to a eukaryotic cell. I have told that so there are 2 different cells, prokaryotic as well as eukaryotic. So prokaryote means which will be seen in the very primitive organisms like amoeba and all, euglena particularly. But whereas eukaryotic type of cell will be seen in the plant as well as in the animal cells, where distinct nucleus we are going to identify. So there are we have studied 10 important cell organelles which will be seen inside the cell, their characteristic features as well as their functions. So in the last class, means in the next session, that will be our last session of this chapter, cell, the fundamental as well as the unit of life. So in the coming session I am going to discuss major differences between plant cell as well as the animal cell with the help of a typical structure. So once you make the chart, so that it will be very helpful for your future study. So that in that chart you make a column that from one side, you left hand side you write what are the important cell organelles. In the middle you make a column, you write some important characteristic feature with related to that cell organelle. At the end you write 1 to 2 what are its major functions, so that you will get complete details regarding a cell. So in the coming session I am going to discuss about plant as well as animal cell with its structure. Until then, stay tuned.